Hey guys and gals, welcome to Tegridy Farms 4:20 a.m. surprise Saturday live stream. This is Chief Tacoma Sack, aka Clem Hawkins, your guild master for the day. And what we're doing right now is sharing the fact of what we're doing with all the people that might care that we're doing it. And cool, I think that's good. And I think that's good. Check 1, 2. Okay, we got good levels. Our music hopefully isn't too bad in the background. Of course, we aim to please and we work to make better videos, so the content is particularly deep, informational, and helpful, most importantly. Seems that slow mode is on for the chat, so I'm going to say, want to get high. It's Tally's favorite quote. And we're going to get on to the morning, as it were. What we hope is this will be a good introduction for brand new players that have joined one of our guilds. We are a cross-server guild. We have guilds on servers 4, 40, 53, 54, 55, maybe 56. We're wondering when they're going to stop the expansion because we want to be in the latest one. What happens is experienced teams, guilds, will grab a bunch of members and en masse decide, let's jump servers. And we'll bounce up to the server. We'll drop 7 or 8 players there. We'll create a couple of guilds. In those guilds, we will then promote from within the 2 or 3 different guilds into one major guild. Another important thing that we pride ourselves on is being internationally appreciated and or followed. We have international players, and it's a dick move to tell people, speak English, you go bye-bye. It's kind of stupid, in my opinion. It's ignorant. I think the more appropriate, I'm going to back this, retreat and start over, whatever you are. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I got distracted trying to advance when I was raiding. Oh, because I didn't get that in 3, that's why. I'm trying to get this item. Get my little person leveled up. Oops, let's get that on auto. So, in international waters, it is difficult because Hero Wars, the game, does not permit translation software to function inside of the game. And I'm sure it's security reasons, and I'm not complaining. I'm just here to say we found a workaround. And what we do, we learned this about a year ago, and when we got to Silver Guild on Server 4. And Server 4, my ladies and gentlemen, is a whole nother ball of wax. Which is why players who didn't start playing 4 years ago, and that's who we're playing, is the oldest teams in the game, pretty much. So we learn a lot from those older, experienced players, and then we bring it up to newer servers, so when new players begin to play the game, they automatically go to those top servers, and wisely do not drop to a lower server. People are confused about how servers work. I'm way past 20. The basic idea is old teams like ours. We have 7 original guild members in the Tegridy Farms general ship. I don't need that. And currently, I could pay to skip that, but I'm working really hard. We're on a brand new server in 54. And here we got, 56, 55. We jumped up to 53, and then instantly we saw Creators Hall and Abandoned Heaven, LOL. And then one of our guild members saw that Asylum had opened, so we jumped up there. And at that point, we're like, okay, that's 3. They're going to stop opening new servers, and we're going to be able to get some decent competition. Because when an entire guild or 3 jumps up to a server, the intent is to build small teams and help them jump. from guild to guild. We'll have one guild. Let me turn this music down. We'll have one guild in the entire. I'm sorry. We'll have 3 guilds in the entire server, if not 4. The idea is each guild will be in a certain league, bronze, gold, or silver. And as we find players that can move from bronze to silver, we will promote them to our sister guild or our companion guild, our expansion guild. Most always will be called Tegridy Farms with some modification, whether it be dash 420, plus 420, and whatever. You'll find us. So, currently what I'm doing here, just to explain to the brand new players, I'm playing on a desktop, laptop machine with a big screen, external monitor, and I have one window open on the web version on the right that I'm currently looking at, and with the exception of these energy deals, I could do that just to see. My energies are okay for the people that are in it. I'm not going to bother with it. Sure, it's only 3, but it'll come in handy. Magic defense. Ideally, until you're level 65, these should be as close to 50 as you can get. When you get to level 80, this unlocks and you get 50% more gold every time. So at level 80, this becomes your gold mine. Plus, you can come here and get gold and items. When you use the campaigns, you add team level experience points, which makes it really difficult to keep your team leveled up in the Grand Arena, which for experienced players is a great place to get more rewards. The Arena versus Grand Arena is the same. However, most new people, they see the Arena, they try to dominate and get up to level 100. Unless you're a top 10 player, you're not going to be in that area. It's just not realistic, mathematically speaking. But yeah, so we've got guilds in all of those servers, and Mr. Tally, all of our guild is currently working to get to level 60 and to beat level chapter 8. Once you beat chapter 8, and I haven't done all 3 stars yet, but normally what I do is I attack and attack and attack until I stop getting 3 stars. At that point, I keep attacking until I can't beat a level with 1 star. Then I pull out of the campaign, I level up my heroes, and then I put them back in, and I go back and get the stars. Normally, experienced players like the Tegridy Farms Guild Generals, we only do campaign missions in the weekends when we get bonuses for our energy spent. When you spend your energy, 1-for-1 energy, this is your energy, 1-for-1 goes to experience points for your team level. So here you can see I'm at, oops, let me get this started. Here you can see this team is at level 57. I only need another 100 or less, 80, to get to team level 58. But because we're nerds like that, oops, wrong one, we have this deal. And this allows you to see what levels, or what allows us to see what levels we are from which. For example, from 15 to 25, that requires 1,240 energy or experience points. Then you need an additional 1,000 to get from 26 to level 30. Level 30 is where you get access to the guild. Then from level 30 to level 40, you need to acquire 5,960 experience points, also energy, to get to level 40, in which you get to pets. I don't know why I went to 41, but maybe it's close. I'm not going to worry about the math right now. But I will try to turn that. Oops, where do you at? That to that. So then, at level 50, you need 10,900 to get from level 50 to level 60. At level 60, you can see here you get a totem. That's an elemental totem for the Titans. Now to go over this really quick and briefly, you can pick, most players will pick, what elemental totem they get. Now this thing here, level 60, Valley of the Elements. Once you reach it, you get in the cross-server tournament of elements and get to win great rewards. They're not really that great rewards. It's a daily routine, just like anything else, like the tower or the dungeon. The difference is it just modifies your titans, but it gives you the chance for an elemental. Now, I'm pretty sure if we jump down servers, zoink, I'm going to show you what it looks like for having an elemental and the difference that it makes, and how to easily choose the best one between the three. As you know, there are red, green, and blue elementals, or elemental titans. The red attack the green attack the blue attack the red, because that is where their best defenses lie upon the other, the opposite. And you see that when you see the elemental. This is the longest ride up the elevator floor I've ever seen. So yeah, the point that I'm trying to get across is, you'll look across our guilds, if you're in one of our guilds, and you might notice a general that's 5 or 6 or maybe even 8 levels below you and or everyone else in the top of the level ranking. Man, is this annoying or what? Can't do anything about it. I hit the exit key. I can ignore it. It's one of the first reasons why it was glitchy programming that made me start doing this whole. And I'm just gonna have to hit the reload button. That's in a private window for your awareness. If I didn't say that, I can be a little ADD. No, you're gonna reload, and you're gonna do what I tell you, because sometimes glitches happen. So yeah, the tower is your daily gold and item and tower coin mine, and that's considered a daily routine, a daily responsibility. Come on, sorry. It happens to slow down every once in a while when I get, because of the streaming, I assume. But I'm a little ADD, and the idea of me recording the video, being okay with it, and then posting it is less likely. When I stream it, it does the processing automatically, and usually within 24 hours, you will be able to see closed captioning. Again, the reason we do this is so other places that speak other languages than English, other players, can watch our videos, turn on the closed caption, and read along with the text. Because, oh yeah, is this a, oh, that's a giveaway, that's why. I'm not going to get into what is a giveaway team and why do we build them. I'm just going to use it as an example for this video. Here you can see that the Titans, just like the heroes, have 3 artifacts basically. The blue does elemental damage to fire skins, to fire titans. So blue attacks red. The red increases damage against earth, so red attacks green. And green attacks water, so green attacks blue. Red, green, blue. Got it? Easy peasy. So an elemental is when you have to have 3 titans in your line to be able to see. Oh, it's the weekend, there's no elemental battle. On this team, they have the blue titan, the blue totem. Blue is the only one that heals, which allows your titans to get further in the dungeon when you figure it out, because the next level you want a good tank and a good super titan of those other 2 colors. Then you will just basically send them down with 3 blue, therefore always healing them in between battles when blue isn't part of the battle. Green is my favorite personally. I call it the come at me bro line. Oops, that's fire. Because green creates a barrier, protects against damage, but more importantly, does double the damage against the enemy. And when jumping servers, if you're a new player, this is probably a good one for you to pick because this helps lower level teams beat higher level teams. Because if you're playing on manual, you wait for you spend a lot for this, and on the day that most of our teams get to level 60 and open this up, we have the instant ability to choose what we want from here. And that's because the first element always goes to the main strongest Titan line that you have. The second one will always be the same as the first. The third one will be random choice between the remaining two. Therefore, you'll always have to get this team will have to get a second level elemental before it can get a first level elemental for either of the others. And again, that requires 3 of that color to be in the battle. At this point here, you can see this team's guild defense, 3 blue and 2 of the opposite, green tank and red super titan. That is balanced with the intention of defending against most other Titan lines. I'm not going to get into other deep information. I'm just going to keep on playing and tell you as we go what's the what. I don't need to be on this server for any more of that. I want to be there. And I'm working on getting this leveled up. When I first started playing, I started on mobile. I had myself and the 6 other main guildmates at Tegridy Farms were professional stagehands, and I had a hour to 2 hour bus ride from up in the mountains to down into Denver. And when COVID happened, basically all of our careers had ended, and we haven't been allowed to work since. So to keep our brains functioning and occupied, and to continue to socialize, because we get along most of the time at work really well. And some of us are in different departments, from AV, sound engineering, light tech, stage carpenters, stage electricians, etc. A couple people that could be riggers but choose not to. Anyway, all of us have been forced to choose not to work, and so we play this game. And you'll see us, if you know anything. If you don't know, if you want to find out, Google Tegridy Farms, study up on your South Park, and then look back at our guild members' names. Plus, we always change our avatars to be the same. Oops, where are we at? Back up. Towley, Eric Cartman, Kyle Braflowski, Kenny McCormick, Chef, that's actually me, Chief Tacoma Sec. You go, well, if that's you, how come there wasn't a little, well, shut up about my little green dot. I'm trying to build a couple of guilds here. Screw building a hero, that's about as tension deficit as you could get. But yeah, I really like the game. It's a lot of fun, and no matter what you like of the game, if you focus on it and you communicate with your guildmates, you will find success. But the funny part about the game is it's a game that attracts nerdy people that like Dungeons and Dragons type of stuff. With its, I don't know, to me it looks pretty classic Dungeons and Dragons. All you would have to do is modify what their skin, what their outer appearance looks like, and this game could just as easily be the next Marvel. I'm not sure if I need those, but I'm going to get those, and I'm going to look to see here. This will show me if anybody's dead. The green is health, the yellow is energy. Everybody's good. Better safe than sorry. Here you can see 30, 10, 11, 45. That might get up to 50. We're not too concerned with it, but level 51, it's a pretty good idea. Level 60, maybe not so much. 65. At that point, if you don't have enough heroes in your Grand Arena at that same level, because when it gets, as you get higher in team level, the tower does get harder for that team level. You can't just take some twerps up in a 100 level tower, or you know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna well, did I already show you the trick? I might have showed you the trick. I was hoping I'd get right before, I told you I was doing this to save emeralds. Oh, I already did it. Um, the point is I will battle all the way to level 23 or whichever one is the last one that you can skip. Could be 25. I will pay the 10 emeralds because what that does is gives all the heroes that didn't participate so far 100% energy. So if you ever get up against a line that you can't beat, the kind of common trick is, and this sucks, you can't look. You have to have remembered, and I'm just not that remembery guy. And I think, I can't remember if it's 65 or 80, but around those levels, you can look at the tower as 1,000,000 gold coins plus a lot of items. And again, once you get to that level, it's really smart to avoid the campaign, to kind of hold that at, most of our team will hold at chapter 10. We race to level 80, we beat the Kraken's cave, and then our game begins. It's really that simple. I should have started this whole video with that. If you're new, sit back, shut up, click the little red dots, follow the red dots, click the little green boxes, and understand what we're telling you is mathematical. This is a level 57 hero. At level 60, he'll get the ability to summon an elemental totem and to further modify the Titan line. This team requires very little to get to 58. I'll just go do that so we get to level 58 and we'll see the exact math. Doesn't really matter. Another good technique, assuming that you've got either Valkyrie's Favor or VIP where you can raid. I like to go through here and I'll hit all of these first because I get soul stones. Each soul stone that you get is 4,000 gold coin. You have to get up to level 8 before each campaign mission gives you 1,000 gold coin. Like this one here, 1,200. So if I'm gonna just spend energy quick and try to get some items, makes sense to do it at the one where I get the most gold at the same time. There's level 58. So at level 58, it says I need 1,160. Now I'm gonna go back to this. Oops, not that one. That's the wrong one again. I'm gonna go back to this one and see at level 58, which is here, I'm looking at 2,400 energy. Currently, oops, cancel, so I key back over there. I have 500. I have 200 to beer, and I bet you this is at 150. It's at 100. So I could get a couple more. I'm just going to do that because that's what all these teams are doing. We're all racing to level 80. And at level 80, this is a couple of things that's going to happen. Number one, you're going to find out whether or not you have a good main attack line when you get here, Chapter 9. When you beat Chapter 9, I'm going to tell it to you like this. So you get to Chapter 9, you beat Chapter 9, and then you will see Chapter 10. Kraken's Cave is a monster, and this is what separates the real players from the just whatever players. When people get past here, and this is the way you tell for all players across all guilds, these campaign avatars only open as you advance. Here you can see to unlock it 25 heroes. You have to have some gameplay in there. Girl, where's the one that says Kraken's Cave? I think there's a Kraken's Cave one. 30 heroes, 30 heroes. Coral Reef might, no, yeah. Coral Reef is, I think, in the Kraken's Cave. Jarl's Estate is the next chapter. So the point is that the avatars can represent, if you see somebody with a fancy avatar, come here, look to see what it is and go, oh, they must be in chapter 13 or chapter 10 or chapter whatever. You see what I mean? I don't want to do that. Back to the original. So yeah, that's another cool little functional doohickey about this game. But all I'm really worried about, I don't care about this number. I can come here and I can, oh look, some more guild mates. Always attack your guild mates. And here's why. If you attack your guild mates, one, if you lose, they'll get successful defense. Makes more sense to give your guild mates those coins than an enemy. Number two, if you win, you deserved it. And maybe they'll learn something from it. He stayed, I got defeated. I don't fucking care. Because I'm aware of how this game is played, without a question, without a doubt. And I'm aware that until all of my top 8 heroes, now, people regularly overlook stuff that's just so obvious. When you open this up, you originally, the first thing they make the game away for a reason. You see 8 teams. These are where your top 8 teams are, 8 heroes are going to be. You will pick 5 of these 8 into an attack and a defense line. You will have a pet for that line once you're past level 40. You go to the arena, that's your first defense line. When I attack, I will often attack with a different team than I defend with. And that is incorrect. That is correct. Also, the primary aspect of this is what you're going to get for your position. And as far as I'm aware, the time that it happens for me is, I can't remember, somewhere between 7 and 9 p.m., maybe 10 p.m. I'm on Mountain Standard Time, which is -6 UTC. But where those ranking positions depend on how many emeralds, gold, and etc. you can get. If you want to keep building hard, good teams, and I use the word team to represent all of your heroes, because as you can see, I'm playing 2 teams, I'm 1 player. You see what I mean? Each team has the opportunity to build 3 to 5 solid attack or defense lines is the goal. You want 5 or 7 blue pets, you want a couple of violet pets, and you might be able to get that in a month's time if you invest $3 to $5 a week. I haven't figured that math out. But obviously, the top positions is where all the goodies are. The more emeralds you're getting for doing what you do, the more you can continue to build. It's not particularly fair. It's realistic. You buy your way or you jump your way onto that top position and you hold it because it gives you the rewards required to continue leveling up your teams. Now, the difference in 7,000 gold and 50 emeralds and an extra energy and stuff, that's a big deal, but it's not that huge when the reality is every day you do your thing. As long as you're under 700, you're getting a decent, or under 1,000, you're getting a decent reward. In server 4, that's not easy to do, staying in under 1,000. But if you're under in the 100 range, 71 to 100 or 1 to 200, you're doing pretty well every day you survive. And that's just a way of earning some of those things. Now, the other thing I can do, I'm aware that I attacked him earlier and I didn't make it, I suppose. And I'm going to explain why I use who I use and where I use them. Let's do her just because she has magic defense and see. I'm pretty sure we just lost against this guy on this team. Yes, we did, and yes, we lost again. But he just got 20 extra defense points, and I got to practice to see what heroes work against what heroes. I'm also aware that it won't be until I get to level 80. Right now, a few of these heroes have been modified properly. If you look at her artifacts, she's got green artifacts. The goal at level 65 is all your top 8 heroes should have 3 stars on each one of these and up to 51 on each of those. That's perfect leveling. Almost nobody does it. What you can do that other people don't will always give you the edge. We always, I basically started all of this because in Guild Wars, in guild work, it became an extreme challenge. I had guild mates, and we have guild mates in Australia, in Italy, all across Europe, Asia, everywhere on the globe, Hawaii, United States, until you got to meet and have a couple, three solid friend guild mates that you do adventures with. What you do is you schedule those twice a week. You always meet at the same time. You beat the level required that you're ready to. And each adventure is limited by your level, as many of us are aware. Here you can see I have the ability to do level 50. There's a reason why I'm not. Because number one, I don't know this guy. Number two, you only get one porthole charge per day. Meaning you can attack twice a week, raid 3 times for your 7, your 6, then that night you get a 7th, however it works. And that clock probably has something to do with what I was saying earlier about the time that something happens. Point being is you get up to 3. You can just sit and wait, and you get 3 of these in 3 days. Then you come here, create one. I will always tell everybody this. Whatever window opens at first, always go back one, create the group, and because I'm smart, I hit private. Because I don't want a dummy joining. These are brand new servers. I don't want a dummy joining my adventure and screwing it up. The first route, oops, I'll be fine. The first route is the simple, I call it the reverse 7. You could do a forward 7, but it doesn't matter. On our guild page, where all of these answers are located in graphic form, usually under the photos, you find all of the routes. And just to explain, these little things are all of the buffs. I rarely, if you listen to what I'm saying, you probably don't have to worry about that. Your team is going to be plenty strong enough to walk through all of these. The basic formula is if you're 10 levels above its minimum, you could walk through it probably no problem. Just set it on auto or skip the battle and you'll win. Here, save the healing for whoever attacks. I like the outside hook. And on the guild page, all of these are numbered. There are maps. They're called adventure mini maps or mini solution maps. And they tell you what route to take all the way up to the top. You never have to find a new one. There's not a new one to be found. If there is, well, congratulations. You found another way to do something that all of us have been doing for a long time without having to think about it. So this is a number 7, as you can see. There's a couple of reasons why I do this. Where are we at on time? 34 minutes. Excellent stream health, no viewers. Perfect. Why is there perfect that there's no viewers on a live stream? Well, because the intent of this is I'm aware it'll go up on YouTube. In a day, it'll turn the closed captioning into text. I can go up there. I can download that text. I can look at it. I can edit it in word processing software. And then I can put it as a text post on Facebook so people can read it in translation no matter what their language. So now I invite a player. I know these guys, they know what's up. Here's the trick. After 3 days, you get 3 portal charges, right? When you get those 3 portal charges, you want to utilize your time and all your guildmates' time as good as possible. The goal, leveling up your pets, getting them all to blue is your first goal. The first one you pick, I picked Oliver only because Axel isn't available on that first screen yet. Oliver protects against physical damage. Axel protects against physical and magical. The others modify buffs and abilities, like Merlin's for magicians, Fenris is for physical damage, Alba's for physical and pure damage. So you see, also based upon their little stones, the red, these ones are physical. For those pets will most boost physical teams. But you go here, you go to stats. These are all the heroes that this pet can be a patron to. And in the patronage, it will give a boost of health and armor. That's Oliver. So as you look across, you can show it's not available, but magic attack, magic defense. Dodge, physical attack. physical attack, armor penetration. Magic attack, physical attack. And I think Axel he's basically like these two combined. So I'm pretty sure he's protects on physical attack as well as boosts, like it might be armor, magic attack or something like that. But, oh, here he is. Oops, I have no idea what just happened there, but let's go backwards. So it lets me see who it can patron. And then it lets me click on those. That's an obvious bug that could be hacked, but I'm not going to get into that. So my point being is I'm okay with this team sitting there for a couple of days because the two players that he invited are already going to be aware of what's up. And then we're going to clue some people in because on 1 and 2 there's a trick. You can complete it with two teams, have one sit in the room, and then the entire guild can join it, get 4 chests, and leave without having to do a thing. Then they can raid their extra 2. Do you see what I'm saying? This is how the guild leaders and guild masters and generals provide for the guild. We come here and complete it. We invite you. If you're smart enough to show up, you get your boxes, you leave, you raid, you're done. You don't need to learn this because when people mess this up, like one person comes in and screws this up, both these players just lost a day of progress, which means they lost a day in the race against all the other guilds on the server. The faster you develop and evolve, and most importantly, correctly, you can evolve really fast. But if you have no idea what you're doing, you'll end up being a pretty average team. But there are strategies and techniques that we've learned from 10 years of collective experience on server 4 or more, year and a half for most of us, times 7. So we have a few tidbits of information that we can assist with. And honest to goodness, all of us began as free-to-play adamants. We were like, we're not getting paid, we're not working, so I ain't paying to be entertained while I'm not working. If I was working, it'd be a different story. But then one of us, I'm pretty sure it was me, was seeing how it worked and if it could work, and accidentally it worked. I tried to make it work on web version, and it didn't for whatever reason. I had a gift card and I wanted to spend it, and I didn't have anything to spend it on, so I plugged it in. I did what it said. It didn't work. I tried it on Facebook. Click, done, easy. I was like, oh shit. I just wanted it to tell me it would work. I didn't want it to work. So anyway, we're still having the issues, and we have to schedule all of our upgrades together because we're all smart enough not to put our personal information in a video game as far as banking stuff or whatever. So I would be heart attack surprised if anybody from any of the parent companies watched, listened, or scanned the text. If you're part of Hero Wars developers team and you're aware that you could probably create a bot to look for all closed captioning that included the term search requirement Hero Wars, and you'd get everything everyone ever said about you across the entire internet, across the entire world. But they're not that smart. I know that because they haven't hired me. So yeah, we're back to it. Tally's doing well. Has Tally done his tower yet? Tally did his tower. Good boy, Tally. Something tells me he did, but he didn't exchange his stuff. Skull coins. And here you can see this. Let's compare them. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7 gold versus 5 gold. This one's pretty balanced, more items than everything. This is more gold. I keep trying. For the first year, I wanted to get all gold because that's all I wanted. I wasn't smart. I didn't realize how much these things are worth until you start hunting for them. But the cool part is, as your team develops, depending on which heroes, these items change to match your the needs or likely requirements of your team. I'm not sure what you hear. You might be hearing me rolling one up. That's what I'm doing. And I don't like headphones. They make my ears sweat. My first few videos, I would have music going on the same system, and that caused problems a couple of different ways. One, it would be too loud. It would not only block people's ability to hear, also blocked the ability for the translation software to create the closed captioning. So then when I talk quieter, you wouldn't hear anything. And this is our first test, basically, to see what levels we need to maintain to provide quality content. If it's not legible, it doesn't make sense to do it. I can't remember which comedian first said it. I'm sure it's been said by lots of people, but the idea of you're talking to someone that doesn't speak your language, and for whatever reason you use your exact same words but you say it really slow, like you're talking to a kid or a dog or something, they still don't understand it. And another interesting aspect, Hero Wars has most definitely opened my eyes to the egotism, at least in the computer gaming industry, and it might be in other places in y'all's language, but for me, English people are so self-centered, man. It's like they forget. It's like, dude, I'm a guild master and have been for quite a while. I get people, I've learned to translate. If you haven't figured it out, Google Translate. Google, translate. It's a pain in the ass, but you see they're Russian. And again, Hero Wars Guild chat sucks a big one. If I copy this, I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna switch this. I'm gonna go here and right click. This is the Russian version of what I just wrote. I right click, I copy, go here, middle button, I paste. Kinda works. But this other thing that I do, I don't remember where I found it. I think I just went to the Google Play Store or something. Or no, I went to Firefox extensions and found this. And here I can choose what language is what. I'll go to the VK page and translate stuff in Russian just so I can see what's happening in the Guild Wars. Like you can see in my bookmarks, special events calendar. Every week when events happen on the weekends, you always get it from Russia first because the game started there. But you go to this page, and here you can read it. But if I go up here and I say, where's it at? I don't know how to change it. I'm going to just do original. This is what it would look like to anyone else without the translation software. You see what I mean? So I can use this, but it doesn't work in the Hero Wars. It does work on our Facebook page. Also, the cool part about using the Facebook page as comms for Guild Wars and other aspects is you can turn on or off notifications to a certain post, one individual post. You have to ignore somehow the entire page otherwise. And if you play with players that are computer nerds or other people working in offices and can't be having the computer go bing at them all the time, you have to do it this way. This is what we did in our Silver Guild. So every day, the Guild Master will open up, or the General will call War is on, and this is the picture of who we are, who they are, how much time is left in the Guild War, and that's all we need. Do we need anything more, right? Then, War is on, Server 54, Bronze versus Raven Clan. Qualifying was Des Moines versus something league opponent. Both guilds, by the way, lost because both guilds had teams that just chose not to show up. And that happens on new guilds. Life happens. You can be a good player and not be able to show up for 5 days a week, and that's cool too. Just communicate with the guild masters and the generals. Here we have a time-stamped documentation of all of the communications. I was aware, with the exception of my friends, no one else was there. I know this because I saw all the chats happen. When it works correctly, the guild member sees a post in the guild chat that says war is on with a link. They click the link, it brings them here. They like it, they comment. At that point, if they're at work, they can go up here and just go turn off notifications and it won't ring a bell. Or if you're on this page and you're getting notifications for one of our other guilds on either that server or other servers, you simply go to that one. Where's the other one? I heard that. Oh, this one. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to turn notifications off to that page. And it's not great, but it's the best workaround that we can find because this translation software works in all of these different languages. So anybody across the planet can go to Tegridy Farms and with translation software, read and communicate with guildmates who wouldn't otherwise be able to figure out that whole Google thing that I just showed you. It's not that it's tricky or anything, but it is what it is. So our goal is to get to level 60. Our goal is to beat chapter 9 and to open up chapter 10. At that point, depending on the attack line that you choose for your team, right here, the game becomes a lot more interesting because if you can't get past this is Treasure Island. When you get past Treasure Island, if you can get past Treasure Island, you're going to find it to be quite a challenge, and it's going to force you to learn how to sub in and out heroes, which is why we tell you build 8 heroes, pick 8 heroes, and go from there. At level 10, if you can beat Kraken's Cave under level 65, if I had a job, I would give you $100 because when I first was playing the game, I was level 80 when it finally happened. Then I realized I was missing out on a lot of heroes because I was just focusing on a few heroes and not on 15 or 20. As soon as I did that, my teams now regularly beat this at level 65 to 68. Level 65 and 68 is when the game begins for real. Because at that point, your heroes will be Violet +2. You will have all of the glyphs available. And then you'll start be able to getting the real soul stones as far as Krista and Lars, the twins. Helios, she's worthless. Worthless, awesome. They always do that. They put a couple worthless in there. Well, here's 3 awesome and only useful if you have Cleaver. And chapter 14, we're racing to here. Most teams can get here at level 100. If you're at level 100 and you're not here yet, there are adjustments you could make to your team and all of your heroes that might allow you to get there. The jump from here to here is huge. I beat this originally at level 94. I'm now 105, I think, on one of my older teams. I still have an issue with this. And I've gone to YouTube. I've studied all of the walkthroughs and etc. I don't do Twitch or any of that stuff. I'm too old for that. But to get past here, you only have one more mission or one more chapter. This one here, Elemental Spirit Asylum, that's where you have to have all of your Titans ready to fight in the campaign. And then you can see at the very end, interesting, the most powerful heroes are the soul stones at the end. Celeste, Astrid and Lucas, the princess everyone forgets about. She's all over the Growwind City. I wonder why that is. Well, it's because in the very beginning, This is fun. I'm glad we got to get to this. Where are we at in time? Just under an hour. No one has the attention span for these things. I realize it, but I'm also aware of what it does. Is it creating a text file for me that I can then copy, paste, and post on the web on the Facebook page. And there will be a documentation of all this stuff. And what was I talking about here? Astrid and Lucas. Oh, the second this. This is the second mini puzzle. When we first started, these didn't exist. Now, see the little kitty cat? Watch this. She just ate that dude up. And there are little hidden clues throughout the game. I don't know why you can do that, but you can do that. It's in the story. This kitty isn't as simple as it looks. It showed us the enemy's next outpost and helped find the exit from the ravaged city. Should we keep it? I guess so, but we'll come back for it later. As for now, no need to hurry. I received a message that a guardian is missing. So anyway, you wonder, why are you at your level and these are still available? I save these and I only open them. If you learn something, one thing you could learn, open it when you get a reward for opening it. Otherwise, leave it be. But as you go through this adventure, it started by showing them the thing, and at the end, it helps them find the exit. Because Astrid, who's the princess of this whole video, she finds the kitty, and the kitty becomes her defender and buddy or whatever. I wonder if we got her yet. Usually the best ones are always at the bottom. Here she is. Astrid embraced the furry neck of her pet. Lucas didn't mind, for he could understand she needed it more than ever. It was only yesterday that the young woman's eyes were full of life. Now her gaze was stern, frigid. Everything they had to go together fused their hearts into one. And in essence, to explain Astrid and Lucas, Astrid is a marksman. Lucas is essentially a tank. And he will jump to the front line and crush anyone up there. The reason most players don't develop Astrid and Lucas is because they're slow. It takes a long time for her to get attacked enough, to get mad enough to summon Lucas. But once Lucas hits the floor, it's over. That's in player versus player, the arena, the grand arena, the guild wars. In a campaign, each one of these is 3 missions or 3 little stages. So the first mission, basically, the first stage will help all the heroes charge. Then the second and third, if you play it right, you can use their charge, allow it to recharge, take the auto off or don't discharge any of the things, and save it to hit the next one at the very beginning. That's the smart way. So we're at an hour almost. This is a pretty decent introduction. Looking at different servers and showing y'all a little bit about what's up. Be sure to check out our other videos. Let's see if we can do this. Here we are doing what we're doing. And we're gonna, how do we do this? I think I gotta do it in a different window. Different window, yeah. I don't want to mess up the live stream. But I'll keep that up there just so you can see it. No, I won't, because that didn't work. I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to have the channel pop up. Oh, look, I'm going live and it's in Russian because I have this set to translate in Russian. And what was I doing? I want to see yours. No, I don't want to click that. I want to go to your channel. Here you can see, well, we're live. We have 119 subscribers, and we're still live there. And then we have a few different playlists. We have Welcome, Start Here. We have Guild Meetings. We have older stuff from last year when we were doing Hero Wars free-to-play headquarters. And here you can see all of our different live streams and comments and other things, all geared to teach the new players what's up. So if you're one of those people that study up on the outside for your game that you play, you're smart, and kudos to you. And otherwise, I'm going to give a happy shout out from Chief Tacoma Sack and Towley to everybody out there in YouTube, Facebook, Hero Wars land. Be safe in the Dominion. Be nice in the game. And if you pay attention, most all guild notes now say by Sunday, and this is server 53, 4, and 5, by Sunday level up to level 50 to be a champion. If you're not level 50, there's no space for you because the people that would be attacking, you'll never dent. There's a formula on Fandom that shows you the exact reality. In essence, if you're under 10 levels, if your heroes or titans are lower than 10 levels below them, you will only do, I think, 2/3 of the damage that you would do on someone the same level. Therefore, if you have really high levels against weaker or lower but more developed teams, a lot of times you'll still win because the lower level teams just can't do the damage in the time that you can. So, thanks for checking us out. We're going to get back to our daily duties, and it's Saturday, so there's no Guild War promotional battles for you guys. I think do we have one down? I mean, the people in the lower servers, they don't need this. They just follow along because it's fun. But I think we might have a Guild Wars down here that we're hoping to lose. You go, why would you want to lose? Well, depending on the ranking, when you're in bronze or silver or gold league, the rank and the battles, the schedule is set based upon how you ended the previous week. So if you're, say, position number 30, you will have a certain schedule like this. And in that schedule, you will see that team level 30 on the bottom, Monday plays 22, Tuesday 16, harder, and then finally on Friday, everybody battles the one that's closest to them. You see what I mean? So Friday is always going to be a battle for your ultimate position, but throughout the week, you have the ability to earn points. The points over the total week make your placement. Not kidding you, not surprising, but it's regularly happened. You can lose 4 or 5 even battles for the week and still place above where you were previously. You can gain placement just by points. The trophies, that slows down your growth acceleration. Gold and silver obviously better than bronze. Bronze and silver better than qualifying. And all seem to be about at half the rate. But the point that I was bringing up with why would you want to lose a guild war? Well, see, last week we got tired of battling in the bronze guild on server 4 because you're talking all max teams, 130, all of them. Everybody leveled up beyond any new player's possibility of reaching, and it's just a dummy match. But in our league, we are currently battling this team, and this team is in the qualifying league, position 2. Last week, we did Army of Light. They didn't attack. We lost in a draw, or we drawed, therefore we won, and we were stuck in Bronze League. And at the bottom of Bronze League, the trophies are worse than in the top or the middle of Qualifying League because you will get 15 a day in Qualifying League for winning and 7 a day in Bronze for losing. So you automatically get double every day just in the trophies. Our hope is that somebody in this guild will errant click. They're 100K below Army of Light, so they're less worried about what they're doing. But when they see a blank board, they might go, oh shit, they want to lose, so we won't attack, and we're going to stay right where we're at. That's possible. Our other option is to put some decoy teams out there so they go, oh, we can totally beat them. But long and the short, it doesn't really matter, because if they don't want to advance, they won't. And it's not looking as if they will. This Guild War has been going on a few hours. Let's see, 8, and then when it starts, I think it's at 11, or 10 hours, 59 minutes. So we can't do anything about it. We could attack. All that would do was guarantee that we win and stay in bronze. And level 30 bronze is probably one of the worst places to be ever, because you get no trophies, you get stuck. So until you can figure out a way, we actually had to win, because at level 30 we would automatically face number 1. They don't attack. So now we went to 29. We're facing number 2. If they don't attack, we have to battle all week just to get the points to get to level 3 or higher, but under level 25 or 6, 4, 25 down has to battle to hold their position. But if we could get to 25 and then lose, because the bottom ones probably aren't smart enough to know not to jump. We had transferred, did a lot of things, stayed maintained in the middle of bronze, and then decided to transfer some teams, and that's when we jumped servers. And when we jump servers, most of our energies are now spent upstairs, as we call it. And so shout out to everybody. Where are we at? Zoink. On 53, 54, 55, and yes, we have 2 or 5 started on 56, and at 1 hour and some, I'm sure 1 hour and 3 minutes. Let's see if we can get to 1 hour 4 minutes and 20 seconds as we close this out, shall we? So once again, check out our YouTube page, hit the like and subscribe button, get yourself some translation software. I'll close this out with a little non-paid placement advertisement promotion for Hero Wars Assistant. We, like I said, don't have the income. We don't have jobs. So we try to promote. We can't pay this guy for doing what he does, but we can promote it so it'll make your gameplay better. Never miss a gift, ever. None of us miss gifts. If you're in our guilds, you'll see that, because there'll be a big block of stuff that comes out and says, oh, look at all these gifts. Here, grab these. But at the bottom of the link in the comments or in the description of this video, you will see a link that will give you referral bonus points. You will need to follow the assistant page, install the Hero Wars Assistants, and then put who referred you in the bottom here, and you'll both get 50 bonus points. So for Tegridy Farms, zoink that out with some quacky wackiness. I'm Chief Tacoma Sack, and we're just past 1 minute and 4:20 seconds, so we'll edit those down. Peace. See you in the Dominion.